नमस्कार दोस्तों, शिपिंग पाठशाला में आपका स्वागत है। वेलकम टू शिपिंग पाठशाला। आई एम प्रोफेसर DN Maurya. Today I shall talk on midstream operation. Midstream operation, you are talking about handling of bulk cargo at sea. At sea means not open sea but somewhere very close to the port. Generally we handle the cargo at anchorage point or something away from the anchorage near to pilot station, where the distance from the port is roughly about, let us say, 20 to 30 nautical miles. Now, why the cargo handling takes place at midstream? The reason for this is that some of the ports do not have the required draft. The draft at the port is very, very less. That is what is happening with most of the minor ports in India. The ships having a draft of more than, let us say, 7 meters, they cannot go. Or sometimes the ports have got even lower draft when the ports are located in creeks or rivers. So the draft may be limited to 3 to 5 meters. So in that case, not possible to take the vessel to the port. And it is also not possible to bring the cargo from abroad in small size of vessel. For example, let us say we are importing coal from Kalimantan in Indonesia. From Kalimantan, Indonesia to, let us say, port of Kolkata in India. Distance is roughly about close to 3000 nautical miles. Now the Kolkata port or Haldia port cannot take the vessel of bigger size. They are having, the Haldia port is located in the river. So this cannot take the vessel of larger draft. So there are two options left. First is you bring the cargo in smaller size of vessel, smaller parcel size. So covering a distance of 3000 nautical mile and bringing the cargo in a small vessel, let us say you have got the handymax size 35,000. So 35,000 tons of cargo covering a 3000 nautical mile will be very, very costly. So the same principle, economies of scale. More is the cargo, cost per ton will be lower side. So instead of going for handymax size 35,000, the importer can go for a vessel of Panamax or post Panamax and then bring 70,000 tons of coal. This 70,000 tons of coal, the vessel cannot enter inside the port. So they have to do the operation away from the port. We call it midstream. Some port they call it anchorage. So anchorage operation is only to ensure that cargo operation takes place, cargo loaded or unloaded only in the midstream, and the cost on the total cost on the vessel operation does not go up. Freight does not go up. Now we will see it with the help of a diagram how the midstream operation takes place. You can look at this image. This is the bulk vessel. We can call it as mother vessel, though it is not a very high capacity, but let us say we call it as mother vessel. This bulk vessel, you can see here, like any vessel, this has got a bridge, or we say it is the wheelhouse, whatever name you give it, or the pilot cabin. So this is the bridge, that is the mostly at the stern side of the vessel. This is the forecastle side, that is the front side of the vessel, and then in between the center you have got the hold. Holds are covered with the hatch cover. So here what you can see, number 1 is the hatch cover number 1, hatch cover number 2, hatch cover number 3, hatch cover number 4. So there are 4 holes in this vessel. When you open the hatch cover, they are actually very, very heavy. These hatch covers are very, very heavy. You have to use the motors, electric motor or hydraulic motor, to open it. And when you open it, then you will find there is a hole, a space where the cargo can be loaded or can be unloaded from. Now here in this vessel you have got a derrick. This we call it derrick. Derrick means it is the crane available on board ship. Crane fitted on board ship is known as derrick. So 1 derrick, 2 derrick, 3 derrick, 4 derrick. 4 number of hold, 4 number of derricks. This you are showing just as a graphic. This is just secured. When ship is at sea, crane have to be secured so that they do not move due to a heavy wind or roll and pitch. So this is the actually 4 number of derricks are there. 1 derrick, 2 derrick, 3 derrick, 4 derrick. So bulk vessel having 4 number of hold and 4 number of derricks. So each derrick can work in each hold independently. When the vessel come for the operation, loading or unloading, the each crane can work in one of the hold. This in this one, this in this one, this in this one, and this can be in this one. Now this type of vessels are known as geared vessel. This is a geared vessel. Why geared vessel? It has got a gear. What gear it has got? It has got a crane. So cranes are the gear. So we say this is a geared vessel. On the other hand, vessel which do not have the cranes, which do not have the gantry on board ship, we call them gearless vessel. Non-geared or gearless. It means no crane. So these are the cranes which are known as geared, which are known as derricks, and the vessel can work with the help of derrick without taking help from any other crane. Now let us say what are the advantage and disadvantage of these derricks. Now derricks on board ship, first let us see what is the advantage. Advantage that the vessel can work, that is the cargo operation can take place with the own crane. We don't have to depend on the port crane. So when the vessel is even at the port, and if the port crane is not available, let us say port crane is defective, under breakdown, then the derrick can be used to handle the cargo even at the port also. This vessel is not at port, this is at the midstream. And when the vessel is at midstream, this is the only option that you can use this crane. There is no port crane here, then these derricks are preferred. This type of vessel is preferred to bring the cargo, for handling the cargo in midstream. Otherwise, if the vessels are coming to midstream operation and not having the derrick, then you have to hire another facility, we call it floating crane. So there has to be a floating crane which can be brought, and floating crane can load and unload the cargo from each hold. So either the derricks or the floating crane can be used for handling of the cargo at midstream. Now this is the advantage. What is disadvantage of the derrick? Disadvantage, you can see this is the derrick, 4 number of derricks, very high weight, heavy weight. So everything is weight is going to the ship. It means what happens? The total DWT of the ship is reduced, not reduced. DWT remains same, but the cargo carrying capacity is reduced. DWT stands for the total dead weight tonnage, means total weight of the ship. Total weight of the ship which the ship can carry. Total weight, that is cargo as well as non-cargo. Means entire displacement of the ship minus the light weight. Light weight means naked vessel, nothing is there. So that is the dead weight tonnage. So if you are having a crane on this one, what happens? The capacity of the vessel will reduce. So this is going to reduce the capacity of the vessel. This is one of the drawback of the derrick. Now second drawback, to have a, if you have got a derrick, you have to have a operator there to operate the crane. Now to operate a crane, you have a operator, then you have to pay the money, that is the salary, and salary in the merchant vessel goes into lakhs and lakh rupees of the lakh rupees per month. Then you have to provide a accommodation to the operator, then his other expenses, provision, other things. So that becomes a expensive thing to have a operator on this one. So this is the drawback for the, and also the derrick has to be maintained. So in case of any breakdown, you do not have the workshop at ship, you do not have the expert people there, only operator you have got it. So the workshop has to come from the shore. Workshop coming from the shore, they will be charging very heavily. The repair charges on ship, when workshop is coming, electrical, mechanical, then they will be charging something 4 times more than the charges payable in the at the shore side, because they have to take a boat and people have to come from there all the way, then come here, climb down, carry the equipment, and then do the repair work and go down. So charges for the workshop is very heavy. So these are drawback. First drawback, it has got some weight, certain weight. So weight will reduce the capacity of the ship. Second, we have to have an operator to operate this crane. So operator has got its own cost. Apart from the operator cost, that is salary, you have to provide him accommodation, provision. Then crane will be using the fuel. So fuel consumption is another cost to this one. So these are the various costs associated with the derrick. So advantage, disadvantage, both are there with the derrick. But whenever the cargo owner, importer is planning to bring the vessel for operating at midstream, then of course this type of vessels will be preferred. Now this ship is at anchorage, you can see here, this is the anchor shown here, this is the anchor going into seabed. So ship is secured there. Ship has been secured by using a anchor chain here, and anchor has gone into the sea, so ship is secured there. Alongside the ship you can see there is a barge. This is a small barge. So small barge you can keep it around near the adjacent to the ship, along the ship you call it. And then what happens, how the cargo operation takes place here, the cargo hold will be opened and the derrick will pick up the cargo. Let us say the derrick has got nothing but a grab unloader, grab bucket. So pick up the cargo from this particular hold inside and bring it here, and from the top you can drop it into the barge. Okay. So similarly all the derricks can do the same thing, that is the picking the cargo from the ship, that is from the hold, and then dropping it into the barges. So cargo can be unloaded. This is the unloading of the cargo. So we say it is the cargo operation, that is the discharging of the bulk cargo into the barges. Remember that midstream operation is not done for the container vessel. Very, very difficult to do the container operation because of the swing taking place at sea. So basically dry bulk cargo, this can be discharged by using the derrick into the barge. Now this barge is a propelled barge, it has got the engine. So after the barge is full with the cargo, then barge can move out and go to the particular port using the creek or using the river, depending on where it has to go. The barge can take it and go to the port. At the port, the normal thing, there will be small crane, since the draft is less, small crane will be there, jetty will be there, and then stacking yard will be there. So cargo can be discharged at the port by using the port crane, and then cargo can be used there, used for the plant, or you can sell it if it is a trader like thing. Now when the barge is going out, then there has to be another barge, brought immediately. You cannot wait for the same barge to go and come back. This will take time. Ship should not idle. The cost of vessel is very, very high. Running cost, operating cost of a vessel of this size comes to roughly about $35,000 per day. So to reduce the cost of the vessel running cost, operating cost, idling cost, you have to ensure that number of barges are provided one by one. So let us say the distance between the midstream point, that is the anchorage point, to the port is, let us say, about 30 nautical miles, and barge is going from here at the speed of, let us say, 5 nautical miles per hour. So this will take how much time? 6 hours. So 6 hours to go, let us say 6 nautical miles per hour. So this will take 30 nautical mile divided by 6 nautical mile per hour, that is the 5 hours. 5 hours to go and 5 hours to come back, and then could be loading unloading time of, let us say, 1 hour each side. So again become 2 hours. So what becomes almost 12 hours. So it means the barge will make a trip in 12 hours. So when the barge is making a trip in 12 hours, and let us say at this point loading unloading takes place, loading of the barge takes in 2 hours time. So it means after every 2 hours there must be a barge here. So you have to have a 6 barge. At least 6 barge should be there to move between the port and this particular anchorage point. So each one is taking 12 hours for one trip. So 24 hours, how many trips? 2 trips. So each barge is making 2 trips in 24 hours, that is 1 day. So you have got 6 number of barges, then what will happen? 24 trips. It means at the interval of 2 hours the barge is available here. The ship is not waiting. So depending upon the distance of the port from the midstream, and depending upon the speed of loading, speed of barge, the operator or the cargo owner has to manage the number of barge. Remember, the hiring of barges is very, very cheap compared to the cost incurred on the vessel. So you should not become miser. You have to spend money and ensure that barges are available in large number. It means the ship should not wait for barge to come and then start the loading. If the loading unloading is delayed, then ship will go on demurrage, because this is a bulk vessel, tramp vessel, hired or chartered by the cargo owner. So if it is, let us say, it has given assurance that I will be discharging, let us say, person says I will discharge 10,000 ton per day. Cargo is, let us say, 60,000. So it means vessel must clear in 6 days. 60,000 divided by 10,000 tons per day. 6 days vessel must clear. If the vessel is discharging at lower rate, at, let us say, 5,000 per day, ship will take 12 days. So in that case, 2 days extra. 2 days extra means the ship owner will charge the demurrage, penal charges to the cargo owner for delaying the vessel for 2 days. So it is always advisable to keep the barges as much as possible so that vessel does not wait for the cargo for the barge to come. So continuous operation can take place. So 60,000 tons of the vessel and 3,000 ton capacity of the barge. So every time 3,000 can be taken. So almost how many need? We need roughly about 60,000 by 3,000. That is the how many trips we need? We need the 20 trips. Okay, we need the 20 trips. 20 trips the barge will make and the whole cargo will be discharged. Thereafter, the ship can lift the anchor and sail out for the next destination. So that is how the derrick operation or the midstream operation is done by using the ship's derrick. This is all small topic today again on the midstream operation. In case of any query, you can write it to me dn.maurya@yahoo.com. Those who have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe it so that you can see my upcoming video without searching. In case you do not want to subscribe, still you can see my video by going to YouTube and typing Shipping Paathshaala by DN Maurya. You will find my video, or you can also type @DN Maurya 9964. You can see all my videos. That is all. See you in next video. Thanks.